Hey everyone, this is Neeru here from Neeru's Calligraphy. In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach one of the most requested ones on my channel, how to do flourishes. Flourishes are beautiful and they're based on a very simple principle. Before we get into the video, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to Neeru's Calligraphy, helping you creative learn calligraphy, and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on the next videos when they come out. Let's get into the video. Now first, let's understand what are flourishes. Flourishes are basically extensions of letters that become designs of its own. For example, if you take the letter Y, usually the Y is normal, but if you're flourishing the Y, the extension of Y becomes a design of its own. Now before we get into the tutorial, there's a very important exercise that I want you to learn. First, take an ink pencil and a plain paper. Now this is an exercise that you have to do almost every day. The more you do it, the better your flourishes will get. So to start with, keep your paper ready and using your pencil, make a horizontal 8. Now an 8 is generally like this, but imagine a sleeping 8. So start from the right, go like this. Do that again from the same point. Okay, and continue doing that. After a few times, change the direction. Now go this way. Now observe that when I'm doing this, my hands are not resting on the table. It is lifted. So only my pencil is touching the paper. The same way. So practice this a lot of times. Now this is the main shape that we are going to incorporate into our flourishes. This is called the figure of 8. So this figure of 8, the more you practice, the better your flourishes will get, like I already said. Now let's see how to apply this figure of 8 into letters to make them into flourishes. So first let's write the Y normally. So a normal Y, we have something called a underturn, which is nothing but a U first. And then we have a descender. What is a descender? It comes down and goes up. There is a normal Y, but the same Y, if we are flourishing it, when we start the descender, instead of having this descender, we will make it into the figure of 8. So let me show you that. So the same Y, just while bringing it down, I start the descender the usual way, but continue with the figure of 8. And I can stop it here. Okay, instead of closing the figure of 8, you can just stop it. So this is one way of doing the flourish. Okay, now here we have made the figure of 8 clockwise. Okay, it goes like this. But you can have it anti-clockwise also in some letters. For example, the letter R. The R is usually written like this. This is how it is written. But if I'm flourishing it, I will complete the first half of the R. Now, this part which comes down, that alone, I will bring it further down and make it into a flourish. But this time, anti-clockwise figure of 8. So bring it down the usual way, but start the figure of 8. And you can stop it here. This is the same flourish that is used in the letter H also, the letter M, N. So I'll just show the letter H right now. First, the usual H. We have a ascender loop here. Okay, so if it goes below, it is called a descender loop, like the Y. But if it goes above, it is called the ascender loop. So the usual H is like this. Now if I'm going to flourish this H, like I told you, it is flourished similar to the R. So first the usual part of the H. But this part alone, instead of taking it up, I'll bring it down and start the flourish, which is the figure of 8. So bring it down and start the 8. Make it nice and big. Make it flowing nicely. Same 8, stopping it here. Now all these flourishes that we have seen, they are below the letters, correct? Now let's look at flourishes that go above the letters. First let's look at the letter T. Now the normal letter T, first we have a vertical line, then we have a small horizontal line. So this small line is called a crossbar. Usually it's just a normal straight line, but you can flourish it. So having the same T, instead of making a normal crossbar, we'll make a figure of 8, which is a flourish. So just have a beautiful curve. You can stop it here. So there's one way that you can do the flourish. Now let's look at the letter H, but this time flourishing it on the top instead of the bottom. We already know the usual H. We have an ascender loop. Okay, this is simply a loop that goes above the letter, and you have the H. Now instead of making this loop, we'll start it with a flourish. So make the figure of 8. So we started with the flourish, and then we continue it to bring it to the letter the normal way. We can also use the same flourish in the letter B also. So I'm doing the same one, figure of 8, and then continuing it to the letter. Okay. Let's see one last example of the top flourish for the letter D. Now usually the letter D, you have an oval and then you have a loop that goes above. Instead of having the loop like this, you can make it into a flourish. So the same oval, I'll have it again, but this time I will start it. Now you should be very careful here. While you bring it down, make sure that it touches the oval that is there, and continue. Okay, so this is how you do it. Now we've already seen how to use flourishes to letters individually. Now let's look at how to use the flourishes to words. First, whenever you do the flourishes, make sure you write down the word somewhere so that you can find out where all you can flourish. Okay, let's take the word brush, B-R-U-S-H. First I'm writing down the word brush the normal way. On the top we'll do the normal way, and the bottom we'll look at flourishing. So first writing it normally. Okay, so we've written the word brush normally. Now, using a pencil, I'm going to see which all letters we can flourish. So first, coming to the letter B, we've already seen we can flourish the top part of the letter B using a flourish like this and continuing the letter. Then the letter R, the bottom part alone, we can flourish it by coming down and making a flourish. Now, observe here, when you're flourishing the R, don't just flourish it for the letter R. Flourish it for the entire word. Okay, use up the space. Don't go extreme, but just use up the space that you have. Okay, keep that in mind. Next, the letter U. Don't flourish, because if you flourish some letters, it won't look like that letter. Imagine it comes down, it'll look like a Y. It'll be very confusing. So don't flourish the U. S also the same way. Don't flourish it. It'll look very confusing. And finally, the letter H also. We've already looked at it. we can flourish it this way. Now, after flourishing the letter H on the top, you can flourish the bottom part also. But what might happen is the R's flourish and the H's flourish might clash, and you don't want to do that. Okay, that causes some chaos. So don't do that. Instead, we'll just take the letter H, curve it, and take it upwards to create a nice curve. Okay, this can also be considered a flourish, but of course not the figure of 8 flourish. Alright, now let's do the same thing, but this time with flourish. So I'm just gonna erase these pencil marks. Okay, so let's start. First, the top flourish in the B. Make an 8 and bring it down. Continue. To the R. Now the bottom part of the R, we're going to flourish it. But like I already said, let's make it wide enough to fill up the space. Extend it nice. And you can stop it here. R is done. Next, the letter U. See, whenever you're done with the flourish, the next letter, you don't have to connect it. So just start the U with some space. The S. And finally, the H also. Let's flourish it, okay? So we're going to use up the space that we have here. So we're going to flourish it and bring the H down. And then continue with the curve. So we're going to make a nice, beautiful curve. Okay. So this is how you implement those flourishes. So what all have we done? We flourished the B, R, and then the H. So keep in mind, you don't have to flourish all the letters. Some letters, they don't look good with flourishing. They can be confusing. So let's not focus on those. Focus on a few letters, maybe 2 to 3 letters per word, and flourish them nicely. Okay. Now we've seen how to do it with a sketch pen. Now let's use a brush pen to do the same thing. Now when you're flourishing with a brush pen, you might have a doubt where to lift the pen and where to press the pen. Because in general, upstrokes are thin and downstrokes are thick whenever you're doing brush calligraphy. But here, just keep your pen in one particular position, okay, and keep it pressing. What happens is, in some places, even though you're pressing, the stroke will turn out thin. Okay, so it will take care of itself. Now, the B. Now, when you're starting the letter, go up and bring it down. Okay. Then the B. Continue it. This R, we're going to flourish. And like we already saw, we're going to make a nice wide flourish. And then the U. The H, I'm going to use up this space. Okay, so this is how you can flourish the letters using brush pens. So basically I kept the entire stroke of the flourish pressed down, but because of the angle of the brush pen over here and also over here, it looks thin. I hope this video was helpful for you all. If you liked the video, hit the like button and let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section down below. There are a lot of tutorials coming up for you all. So don't forget to subscribe to Brush Calligraphy, making the world a better place one word at a time, and hit the bell icon. Bye bye.